Welcome to James Hill Sports. We are joined by a special gentleman. His name is Marcus Williams Jr. You know him because every time you see him, he is running the football, cutting through traffic, getting through holes, and all of a sudden he's so elusive, you cannot wrap him up. Marcus, talk a little bit about Louisiana Tech University and playing football in the Sun Belt and going out there and earning yards in Yak the old-fashioned way.
Oh man, Louisiana Tech, it was my first year there, so I got to experience my last and first year there when I played there last season, and it was an amazing experience. To play under Skip Holtz, who's with the Birmingham USFL team. I'm not sure what the mascot is; it's all new, but it was amazing, man, because he's more of an old-fashioned guy, and he mostly passed the ball, but he ran the ball as well. And whenever he needed me, he called my number. He knew I was dependable. And it just felt great being a part of that explosive offense. And I had obviously, I had nearly over 1,000 yards of offense. So just being a part of that, man, being a part of that history, Skip Holtz, was great.
Now, the name Holtz is a household name when we think about the game of football. What was it like to work with that gentleman? As you said, he's in Birmingham right now, as we speak with pro football, but talk about the Holtz family, and we know what his father was able to do at Notre Dame. How special was it for you to work with him in a collegiate atmosphere as a student athlete?
He loved the game. You could tell he come from family. Sorry, I might drink a little bit of water. You could tell he come from a football family, as I was saying. Lou Holtz, his dad, he came to some of the meetings and stuff, man. It was just great to be in his presence. And he picked a whole lot of practice things from Lou Holtz about grinding it out, just being tough, mentally tough, physically tough. And that's some of the things they always preach. But the number one thing they always preach is family. You know, we doing this together. We in this together. Win, lose, or draw. We in it together. And no matter what, it's square one back to after the game. So just being a part of that, man, it just showed me what it is to just play as a family and just always have each other back and just old school stuff. You know, he's more of an old school guy, so it kind of brought me back to that feel of it.
Marcus, next week, a lot of people will be under the bright lights in the big city of Las Vegas, Nevada. Some people are going out there to gamble. Some people are going out there to ride around in a drop top down the strip. Some people are going out there because they want one thing to happen. They want to hear their name. And some people won't even be there, but they want an opportunity of a lifetime. Can you talk about the 2022 NFL draft and how special it can be? And it can be a beautiful thing for gentlemen who get the opportunity of a lifetime.
Yeah, man, this year's draft, as I said when we got on the call, it's a whole lot of nerves built. Whether you just a lower round guy or a higher round guy, it's still nerves because you don't know what your future holds. You know, it can be on West Coast, East Coast, Florida. It can be anywhere, a place you've never been before. So just having the opportunity to be in the draft, having teams contact you, scouts, coaches, whoever it is a blessing. This whole process is a blessing. It's bittersweet to go through it. And I just want to continue to play football. You know, as everyone in the draft, I want to continue to ball, be around that family atmosphere, being around a great program. And I mean, next week is the dream week, you know. Hopefully your dreams come true. And I got a great feeling that I'm gonna get a call. So.
Now, what kind of feedback are you getting? I mean, you're a guy who rushed for over 1,000. You're a guy who they know can get after it. What kind of feedback are you getting? And you talked about NFL teams and scouts texting your cell phone, and you look at your phone and you see people in the business. What's it like to go through that? And what kind of feedback are you getting?
It's a blessing, you know, and kind of feedback I'm getting, man, just they're hearing great things from my coaches, the organizations that I've been a part of, I'm a great guy. I do what I'm supposed to do plus more. So teams love to hear that. And I've been here mostly late round, which kind of was anticipated after this a good season I had. But with all the feedback that I've been getting, you kind of never know in the NFL. It's a business. A lot of times about numbers as well as play and what's available. So just like I said before, just getting a text, getting an update from your agent, anything, it's a blessing because some people phone isn't ringing at all. They aren't getting any notifications, and I'm just really blessed. And I'm proud of how far I've become.
Appalachian State University, over 2,200 yards on 400 carries, rushing the football and doing what you do. Take us back to App State where you had on a black helmet with a gold A on your helmet. Take us back into App State University.
Oh man, if I had a son, I would like my son to play for App State if he ever got the opportunity. And it's not what I played for, it's what the guys before me played for. And it's the same culture as it was in the 80s and 90s until now. The same regiments they do is all the same. They haven't changed much. They built on culture and pride. And there it was fun, it was hard, it was football, but we're gonna run the ball and everybody know. We're gonna do a little bit of play action. And it paid off. I've been a part of five championships, 4 conference championships. Scored in every conference championship game we played. So I feel like I was able to make their history with those guys, man. But App State became a brand, household name, and I have a whole lot of memories there, man, that I'll forever be grateful for.
When you look at the history of App State University, I can remember when I was working with News 12 New Jersey, and I can remember App State knocking off the University of Michigan. And I know you heard about that as part of the history of the school. Can you talk about those special victories and what it's like to be a part of a family and a legacy when guys work together and they go out there and they get it done?
Oh man, it was a privilege to be a part of a program like that, and playing for a program like that. If you one of those 11 guys or whoever's in the rotation, if you're on that field, you definitely earned it. Nothing is given at that school. You got to have the mental toughness, physical toughness, and ability to play. So it was a great experience. I earned my play time there. My starts there. Started my senior year. Had starts before that, freshman year. But it was a great ride, And like I said, if I had a son and it was a program like that, I would love to be a part of that program because I know it's expected,
Marcus, recently we celebrated the life and time and the legacy of Jackie Robinson. I see a Brooklyn Dodgers hat on your head. Can you talk about his impact again when we look at Black history, American history, and quality human beings that can make a living playing professional sports? Can you talk about his legacy?
Yeah, that's cool to see that this is a Brooklyn Dodger. No, not many people can tell this used to be the old logo, but man, somebody like Jackie Robinson, man, that paved the way for a lot of colored people, man. Not just baseball, but set the tone all sports platform, and that's a guy that I kind of look up to, man. He's a trailblazer, man. And not only did he play at a time that he was not wanted, but he excelled in it. He was very good, and it says a lot about his character, man. And that's why I said that the game of football and other sports as well, it is a lot of life type things that you compare sports to in real life. So Jackie Robinson says a lot about his integrity, his character, and that's a person we always remember.
And speaking of trailblazers and pioneers, you look at Lady Liberty. Can you talk about Lady Lib and her impact and how special she is as a human being?
Man, she's kind of similar to a motherly like, but she's a businesswoman at the same time. She juggle a whole lot of different businesses, but she seemed like she's always able to make time for her clients and kind of show them the care, kind of how a mother would do. Uh, but she's business savvy. She's about her work. She's passionate about it. Being a woman agent in this field, it's not many like it, but she's also a trailblazer, man. And I'm happy with my decision I made with her. And I believe it's all gonna go well, you know. So she's a great woman.
Your running style, you're running downhill, you're elusive. You know, it's about speed, and you're getting it done. Can you talk about what you see out there when you're able to cut through traffic and make it happen? You know, you get it done, and now you're looking forward to playing on Sundays.
Yes, sir. When I'm running the ball, I kind of see the whole play developing. I can see my offensive line going to make this block, or my tight end going to make a block. You know what I mean? I kind of get to feel how the whole play is moving, and you kind of ride the wave, if that makes sense. And once you get better feel of the game, how it's moving, you can kind of manipulate the game. You kind of manipulate the linebackers. You kind of press this point, but really hit it right there, you know. Or you can act like you're about to cut it in, but stay on track. You know what I mean? So once you get a good flow of the game and kind of see how things move in a certain pattern, you can kind of manipulate the game. But as a running back, though, you're always going to react a little bit because you never know. It might can be a bust up the middle, someone gets loose, or it might be a blitz, so you can always be able to react to that too. So it's an anticipation, but at the same time, it's being calm and ready to explode whenever the time when it calls for it. You know, get downhill. Don't want them getting downhill on you. That's the last thing you want.
Marcus, take us back to when you first started playing the game of football and how you knew it was something that you really wanted to be a part of.
Oh man, it was when I was younger. I want to say, how old was I? It was probably before I was playing football. Just playing, not even rec football, just playing in the yard and stuff like that with all the other kids. I'm sorry about that. Just kind of noticed I was faster, bigger, faster, stronger, and sometimes not even bigger. You know, just having that talent and explosiveness, and it kind of showed. And that's why my stepdad, he was like, "Yo, this guy's talented," and my mother kind of didn't know what he was talking about. She just like she hear it all the time. Okay, you know, as a mother, you kind of really don't know, but he's seen it in me. And he was like, "Yo, we need to get these kids in football." So when I got in football, first it was flag football. I used to cross the whole field and just like juke everybody out of school. You know, you kind of knew then. Yep. And when I got in tackle football, I was probably like 8 or 9. I finally got in tackle, man. And just like I made that 70-yard touchdown that you brought up earlier, I did the same. I did the same, and I was like, "Yo, I'm really good." And the crowd is like cheering, all the parents or whatever. They were all cheering, and I'm like, "Okay, I can probably do something to that." And every level I got to, I conquered that level. I was dominant. I got to college, I was dominant as well. I shared the backfield at App State. I was still established dominance over 6 yards to carry, 7 yards to carry, some seasons, you know, and right now, kind of want to get to the NFL level and kind of check their speed out. Then, okay, I can play it. You know what I mean? But it it was kind of when I was younger. My stepdad kind of seen it in me, and I established my dominance. So I was like, "Yo, I'm actually good."
Marcus, I remember when I was an intern and I used to go into the TV stations and just watch the sportscasters and take the scripts home and just try to learn everything I could. And then I would go home and try to emulate it and put it into my game, and just nobody could outwork me. And I would just wait for my day, to wait for my turn, and just keep working. What's it like to put in the fruits of your labor, work hard, and just continue to wait for your day, but work your way into it? Talk a little bit about that.
Um, can you still see me?
I can't see you right now.
I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to ignore this call.
No problem, no problem.
You still recording, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We'll just clip it. It's all good.
Okay. I'm sorry about that.
No, we're good. We're good. There you go.
All right.
Marcus, take us back to your preparation and how important it is to continue to grind and go through a process, if you will, knowing that your foundation will be so tight that when you step on the field with the guys you've been looking at for years, your game will speak for itself.
You want to talk about preparation? I think that began always prep physically, but as the game get higher and higher, you mentally you got to be sharp. And so one thing that I did when I finally got to college, I was in a wishbone offense in high school. I never ran pro style, never ran spread or anything like that. I never knew the protection or anything. And in college, protecting quarterback and as well as the NFL is one of the most important things you can do as a running back. And I didn't know any of that. And all of it's foreign language. And I'm like, what? Like, coach, what are you talking about? I didn't know anything. And I prepared myself that whole summer. And I watched probably like 1,000 hours of film. Like just watching, repeating. Okay, why he did this? When I got to that meeting room, I was answering questions, calling out plays, and I knew it just like that. My coach was like, what in the world? Like, you know, I didn't really meet with him. You know, how is he knowing this? He's young, you know what I mean? And I kind of prided myself in knowing every position, what they're doing, the wide receivers, the offensive line, how they're blocking, what techniques they look for. I knew all of that. I knew the checks. You know, that's kind of what I carry on going to the NFL, just being a professional and doing what's more than what's expected of you. So that's the type of person I am. I kind of want to know what's going on. I want to know why it's like this, why we're checking this. So I'm a student of the game. Literally, I'm a student of the game, and I love challenging myself. You know, I want to be the best at everything. Most running backs, they don't think it's running backs. It's one of those smart guys that just know stuff. We just run the ball and we 1-2. We're gonna block whoever comes, you know. But me, I kind of think of myself when I'm back there with the quarterback. I think of myself with the quarterback too. I kind of want to know stuff too, and it's been situations where I kind of corrected the quarterback on some stuff, or they missed a signal. I was like, no, it's this, you know, kind of helped them. And I look at myself as an asset, not just running back there, but the asset of the offense, everything. So that goes to my preparation in the NFL. I think I'm definitely gonna be ready mentally and physically, you know. So
Marcus, growing up, what teams did you look at and what were some of your favorite teams? I know you enjoy the entire league, but what were some of the teams that you looked at growing up and you kind of liked a little bit?
I'll probably say Minnesota Vikings. When AP played for them. I mostly watched the Vikings as well as when Brett Favre was there too. What the teams? LT, the Chargers. I used to watch them a lot. I used to love watching the Chargers, watching LT run the ball and do what he do. You know, he's Hall of Fame, one of the greatest. And I think, yeah, the Vikings, Chargers was mostly what I kind of watched, man. And whatever was on, you know, like I said, I'm a student in the game. I was young, literally, on YouTube, watching it all day, watching the games with the older people. And I was just one of those kids that was always fascinated, you know, so.
What would you like to tell people about yourself, the fans and NFL brass and people out there that they can't wait to see you play?
Oh, man, if I'm gonna get myself into a situation that I signed up for, I'm gonna give you all I got. You know what I mean? I'm always gonna have integrity. I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. No, I'm not perfect, but I'm going to do what's expected of me and more. I have great belief in my physical talents as well as my mental talents, you know. So you get a guy like me, I'm a loyal guy. So if you believe in me, I'm gonna give it all all I got. So that's the type of guy I am.
In closing, are there any final comments you want to make and you want to tell everybody as we think about this is a big week for you, man. This is monumental. This is history. Anything you want to say?
I just want to say, if you got a dream, keep chasing your dream. Never give up. Even if you fail at chasing your dream, it's something you can live for. You can say you did it, you know. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I believe I'm gonna make it. You know, I think it's a great probability, but I won't live for no doubts. Whenever this game finishes, whenever I retire, whatever it is, I won't leave no doubts. So just go and chase for anything that you believe in life. It don't have to be a game. It can be a certain job or being a rocket scientist. But just go for your dreams.
Marcus, at this point in the game where you're a week away, is it like it's something that you're constantly thinking about, or is it like every time you kind of forget about it, 5 minutes there or 10 minutes there, it comes right back to you? Like, what's the thought process right now?
I can't believe it's next week. That's when the draft is, and I'm like, dang, I was talking to one of my friends. I was like, the draft next week, you know, because it seems so far, but yet so close. You know what I mean? So you're kind of anticipating, but you can't believe it's here. You know, but yeah, it's always on your mind. Any social media is on. Everyone's talking about the draft. Your family is anticipating, and so it's everywhere. You know, but you just kind of want to keep working, keep yourself busy. Like I said, working out and trying to hit on all cylinders. Not working too hard, but you know, making sure your body's healthy and conditioned, and everything's well for when you get your number call. So, I mean, it's a crazy experience right now. You know, for football lovers and people that are actually playing it. So, it's fun.
When you're scouting and you're going through your preparation, and then you get out there on Saturday, and pretty soon it will be Sunday. When you get out there on the field, is it just like you can see it, like when you're preparing? Is it like a video game, but it's real life? Like, in other words, when you're preparing for it, and then once you get out there in the game, is it just like you have prepared for, or does it look differently?
A lot of times they look the same. That's because we have great coaches and you watch the film. You know what I mean? You prepare for it. And a lot of the times, mostly what you practice for throughout the week, that's what you're gonna see. You know what I mean? It might be different variations, but that's what you're gonna see. And a lot of times, practice is actually harder than the game because you get more looks. Then they add another look that build on top of that same look. You know what I mean? So once you get out there, it's like, dang, this is actually what I watched on film, and it actually happened. You know, so it gives you a better anticipation for, and you kind of expect things, but you kind of know that they're going to throw extra loops, and they're always preparing for us too. So you kind of got to be on your toes. But yeah, it's kind of like you were saying though. It is like a video game, and and like calling audibles and stuff like that. It's similar, but you're actually in it.
Marcus, in closing, what would it mean for you and your family for this thing to come to fruition, and when it actually happens for you in the near future? What does it feel like? What will it mean to you personally?
Oh man, it would be so much of a rush going through my body. It's unexplainable what it means to me. It's something that wasn't pushed on me. It came naturally to me. You know what I mean? I feel like it was gifted to me. And the hours of preparation I put in, and the times where I could have partied and did this and whatever, I could have smoked, drank, stay up all night, never did any of that. You know, so I don't know. It's gonna be an amazing feeling. Kind of like when I got those texts and I was like, "Oh, it's from this team." Like, it just gave me that feeling in my body that I couldn't even describe. So it's gonna be an amazing feeling, undescribable. I don't think even when it happens, I'm gonna be able to describe it. But it means a whole lot to me, my family, and as well as the people that's around me. So it's magical.
Marcus, what's interesting about your resume and your body of work you've played in a cold weather environment, and you also played on a warm weather team. Can you talk a little bit about that and how special that is for you? Because you're prepared for whatever the case may be.
Yeah, you want to talk about football weather? You want to talk about 0 degrees, wind blowing? You want to talk about snow, practicing the snow, or we can talk about near 100 degrees, heat, humidity so thick you can almost feel it when you're breathing it in. I'm prepared. I'm prepared for both of them. I play ball in Louisiana. I play ball in the mountains in North Carolina. So it doesn't phase me. I feel like cold is kind of it plays to an advantage when a lot of people came to the mountain to play. It kind of played this to an advantage, and heat as well. So I feel like I'm well prepared, like you said, and any team that calls me, no matter where they at, I'll be ready for the weather.
All right, Marcus, are you an AFC guy or an NFC guy or an NFL guy?
I'll say I'm just an NFL guy. I'm an NFL guy. I watch it all. I'm a student of the game. I just love watching those guys get after it.
Well, folks, there he is. His name is Marcus Williams Jr. He is a super duper running back. You watched him play at Louisiana Tech. You also had the opportunity to watch him do super things for Appalachian State University. And folks, tune in next week in Las Vegas at the NFL draft. This gentleman will play, and I'm going to say it, this gentleman will play on Sundays. You heard it here first. I'm James Hill. Thank you for tuning in to James Hill Sports.
All right. Thank you.